Welcome to Learned and Go-Go, the podcast. Hey, it is Wednesday night. I am Sydney. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. And you can get your copy here on learnedingogo.com. See, I'm getting better, guys. Better at self-promotion. I cannot wait to chat with everybody tonight, see what has been going on in your week. I can see Luna Projects is here, Mortimer is here. Hey guys, so happy you are joining us. Lizzie, hey sweetie, I'm so glad you are here too. It has been a week, and I'm sure it has been for some of you too. I'm really glad you're jumping on here with me tonight because I know some of you are in the same boat with me, having to say bye to our fur babies, and it sucks. And I'm just sending you so much love. And just know if you need to talk, I'm here. I'm just going to say that, and then we're going to talk about happy stuff. But I just want you guys to know you're loved, and I'm thinking of you. Hey, Tanya's here too. Hey, sweetie, thank you for hopping on here tonight as well. So what I'm going to do real quick, because it's another thing that I always forget to do, is I am going to share this to my Sydnee page, if I can figure out how to do that on Facebook. It says live on here. So, hey, look, it's me talking to myself. All right, let's not do that. Okay, you know what? Forget that. It got too complicated and I was hearing myself. So never mind that. Okay, so Luna, I'm sorry you're having a difficult day. Sending you love for sure. I'm just so glad we can all get together on here because to me, you guys like lift my soul and make me so happy every week when we get together. So thank you for joining me for this chat. Kyler's here too. Hey, sweetie. I hope you had a fantastic birthday. Let us know in the comments. How was it? Did you have fun? What did you do? How's the haunts? How's everybody doing? Did anything super fun happen this week? What is going on? Put it in the comments. Let me know what I can shout out for you this week. If you are unfamiliar with our core group here of my friends and family, I love you guys so much. My friends are my family. So I appreciate you guys so much. For Mortimer, it is The Legend of Bloody Bones. Make sure you are following him on that. He's also involved in some other stuff. Put it in the comments, please, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But definitely want to shout that out for you. Luna Projects has some very cool stuff going on. I will definitely shout that out when she is ready for that. Oh, sweetie, I am so sorry. She said this marks 7 years today that Dexter was murdered, and part of my reasoning behind the Luna Projects page and website. So sending so much love to you. Big hugs. I'm so sorry. Tanya signed the lease for her new place the other day. Yes. Congratulations. That is super happy news. I hope you have so much fun there. Awesome. Removing names off of the car title is fantastic. Congratulations. I am so happy for you. All right. Kyler had a great birthday, had hibachi and cake and ice. I'm going to guess that's ice cream, not just ice. And the haunt is going well. Awesome. Very cool. It is spooky season, guys. Tell me what you have going on for spooky season. Are you decorated for Halloween? Are you decorated year round for Halloween? But if you do something special, do you have your stuff out? I put out, we bought some new stuff September, like beginning of September. It might have been August and I waited till September 1st. But I put the 6 new lawn things out and I haven't done anything since then. So I need to get in the attic and get some other things out there because I feel like my lawn is naked and it needs more Halloween fun. And I need the indoor stuff out too. Like I have my stuff, we talk about my ghost giving the finger 11, who I absolutely love. He's so cool. He's just like, take that and the horse you rode in on. And I have a lot of things in my pole cast room, the pole cast room, that is on the spooky side. So that's definitely fun. Um, but my stuff I put out every year, like I have a vampire chicken McNugget. Do you guys remember that from the 80s? They had like the Halloween Happy Meals, and he has lost his hair. So he's a bald nugget, but he still has his little vampire teeth and his little vampire cape. Super cute. Tradition, he has to come out for Halloween, and he's not out yet. So um, I need to get moving. It's already the 8th. I have wasted valuable spooky season time, so I need to get on that. Oh, thank you, Mortimer. Yes, Curse of the Ghost Rider, of course. Beware of the Devil's Wrath, Killer Cox, and Metal Earth. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm very honored to be a part of Curse of the Ghost Rider, Metal Earth, and most recently, I am going to have a little scene in Killer Cox. So I'm excited to be a part of that project as well, because I've just seen it unfold and I can't wait to be like, I'm excited. So I'm very honored to be part of that. Let's see. Lizzie says, after this month, looks like we're being Halloweenies this year. I understand. Gonna have to save our badass idea for next year. That's all right. That will give you more time to get your idea to fruition. Everything happens for a reason. I believe that. And the universe says, you can have that. Not on your timeline. I have a timeline that's going to work better. So sometimes I get really, really frustrated when things don't happen when I want them to. But there's usually a really good reason for that. And I think that doors don't open until you have the skills and the knowledge to walk through them correctly. So it can be frustrating, and that you guys love. I know you're dealing with a lot. But I just like to think that that means that it was meant to happen next year. So, hopefully that is the case. I have a couple full-size skeletons, not like I want one of them big ass ones so bad. I don't have one of those, but I have one like people-sized one. And I did have two, but my youngest asked if she could have one, and its name is Bob, and it lives in the dorm room. Usually, I think it's in her room right now, but normally Bob is on campus, and they dress Bob up. They did this last year for like all the things. So I haven't named the other one. Usually I dress them up as pirates, and they hold trick-or-treat candy for the kids on Halloween. But it's up in the attic. I got to get up there. The problem is I'm smart enough to know not to take the stuff out by myself, because I will wind up as my own Halloween decoration in a bloody pile at the bottom of the attic ladder. So using my smarticles, I'm going to wait till I have help. But what are some of your favorite Halloween decorations? Do you have traditional things like my McNugget that you put out every year? Do you buy new stuff all the time? Or is there something from your childhood that you remember being super cool as far as Halloween decorations go? I know, like, I've tried to buy different light things over the years, and they always look better on the box than they do in my yard, especially the ones that are like the ones that are supposed to go completely over a bush, and then like you open it and it's like 3 inches wide, and it's like, yeah, this is not Brazil. Those never work. But I have had different lights over the years. Purple, I have my purple lights right there, but they're like an all year long thing. We've had inflatables at times, and they never seem to last. But I do like having stuff up. I have definitely I was wondering, Mortimer. I have like the sugar skulls. I love sugar skulls. So I have different skeleton statues and all that. Yeah, Mortimer said, I will let Lizzie take this one, Loon. And I thought you were talking to Luna Projects. I thought that was like short for Luna. And then you said it was supposed to be LOL, not Loon. So gotcha. But I think it's fun. I have so much fun decorating for Halloween. I love all the spooky stuff. I even have a hopefully it'll show up in my memories soon. If not, I will have to go back into my photos and find it. It's like a big jack-o'-lantern with like the big arms and all that. And I put my book in front of it to make like a post about buy my book. Um, so it's fun and you can just add to your collection every year little by little. So let's see. Okay, Lizzie says we used to go the fuck off every year, even with no neighbors at the end of Hidden Road. One year we had a whole cartoon trick-or-treater set up. That's so cool. We did a whole ass walk through haunted house. I love that. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more later about my Saturday night this past week. That was the inspiration for naming this episode The Audacity. But when I went over to my older brother's in Jersey, he drove us past this house that every square inch of the front yard is skeletons, most of which look like they've been in a fire. Like they were really cool, either looking aged or burn up. I mean, there was one with a walker. I mean, all kinds of skeletons. Entire driveway is covered with skeletons. Then if you're looking at the house, and then to the side of the house is the driveway, that goes back into the garage. They have an entire haunted house set up where you walk through and like he showed me a video of it because my nephew is just obsessed and goes with his friend like every day after school. They're going to have scare actors there on Halloween. And like it's just so amazing. And it just says, please be respectful and don't ruin our our decorations. And so far so good. Like I love that people are being respectful and enjoying the attraction and respecting how much work went into it because it is badass. They did a fantastic job. Oh, good night, Kyler. Love you. Get good sleep. Oh, Mortimer, I would love to see the video. Lots of fog and critters and all kinds of stuff. Awesome. Yeah, Tanya, I understand about being in the process of moving, so you can't do too much this year. My kids still bring up when my ex and I split, I got a rental and we were like I was spending time here but also at the rental and I was planning on being here for Halloween, so I didn't buy any candy, I didn't buy anything. And trick-or-treaters showed up at the door and I had like a new thing of Play-Doh I had bought to give to a friend's kid for a birthday, but the birthday wasn't for a couple weeks. And I just like opened it up and was like giving the kids these little Play-Dohs. I'm like, trick or treat, happy Halloween. Cause I was so caught. I'm like, what am I going to give you? Like a stapler? Like I have nothing. I had nothing. So I was really glad that I had that present. I could like rip open and be like, here you have happy Halloween. So it's funny. Like sometimes you get caught unprepared. It happens. All right. So let's see. Everybody's saying goodnight to Kyler. Oh, yes, a trunk or treat event or two. It's cool because I do appreciate the value of a good trunk or treat, especially where my daughters went to school is very rural. So going door to door, everybody lives really far away from each other. So I get the trunk or treat. My first experience with the trunk or treat was when my kids were in preschool and I had never heard of it. And I'm like, what's with the cars and the things that, aha, I figured it out how it worked. Pretty cool. I don't think it should take the place of trick-or-treating. Sorry, I had a cough real quick, guys. Excuse me. So I like doing both. Okay, so Luna's asking a trunk or treat. So what that is usually like where it happened where I used to live, it was in the park. So everybody pulls their cars into parking spots. You open up your trunk, or, if you have a hatchback, whatever the hatch, you decorate that, and the kids go car to car and get candy. And it's really helpful in rural places, like I said, where there aren't houses close to each other. So it makes it so kids can still kind of trick or treat, but from car to car to car to car. Um, but like I said, I don't want that taking place of trick or treating. Like our trick or treaters, the number's gone down over the years, and I kind of wonder if it's because of all of the trunk or treats. Parents are like, well, you already did that, so you can't go trick or treating. Because I love handing out candy. It is so fun for me to like see the kids all dressed up, and like especially the neighborhood kids. I see them every year getting bigger and bigger. Um, and I just have so many fond memories of trick or treating. Like I'm glad that my kids were able to do that because it kind of got to, you know, people weren't handing out candy anymore. And to be fair, I was just in Wally World the other day. A regular bag of like 200 pieces of candy, which is, the trick or treat size candy bag, it's like $25 this year. What the what? That's insanity. So I understand that not everybody is fun and wants or can, like spend that on candy because that's ridiculous. That is way too expensive. Not that long ago, it was like $13, $14. So it's a big jump from what it was a couple of years ago. Let's see. Tanya says, oh yeah, the trunk or treat. Mortimer says, I made a garden setup filled with homemade Little Shop of Horrors plants. I love that. I love Audrey too. Lizzie says, in Germany, we lived in an apartment and my mom would decorate the whole landing and half the stairs. Some buildings turned the connected basement level into a walk-through haunted house. Those were great. That sounds awesome. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, Lucy. So glad you're here. And Tanya says it's done in school parking lots in the firehouse around here. Yes, that's a good place too. Like anywhere you have enough parking for there to be lots and lots of cars. I've done at my dad's old church, they had a trunk or treat that my sister-in-law and I participated in that was really fun. That's the first year that we had Bob the skeleton and the other skeleton and dressed the one up like Richard Simmons, which is really cute. Like I said, it's a nice option, but I don't think that trick or treating should go away because I think it's a like fun tradition. But yeah, now too, you have to have your candy ready early because the kids start a lot earlier. I remember we kind of waited until it got dark when we were little before we went out, at least like 6 or 7. We didn't go out at 3 or 4. Like now they come home from school and bam, they're out and about. So I just make sure that I am ready to rock and roll so I can hand out candy because I love it. I love it. I love Halloween. It's so fun. I'm going to send a text because I do not see someone in the comments, and there's a reason why. I want them in here. See if they get this. Yeah, let's see. It's funner to play hide and seek in a funeral home. Well, I guess nobody will bother you. They're not going to tell on you. That's so funny. Yeah, and Lizzie says that you left around duskish. Absolutely. That's what I remember, like waiting for it to start to get dark so you could go trick or treating. And then there was always like a couple houses at like 9 or 9:30 that you go, like the last ones with the lights on, like, can I get that last minute candy? Got to get the last minute candy. And then I would go home and my brothers and I would like sit on the floor and you dump all the candy out and start the trading. Like this one I don't like, so I'm going to trade it for that because you don't like that one and I do. So it was like negotiations of the candy. It was pretty cool. There he is. Hey, guess what, everybody? It's So Severian's birthday. Happy birthday. That's why I wanted to make sure he hopped on. Let's see. Tanya's on Facebook. She's the only one I see on Facebook. So Severian is saying hi to you, Tanya. He's on YouTube, so can't see him from different platforms, but yes. Awesome. Happy birthday. Very cool. So, yes, so Severian says, hi, Tanya, vicariously. Oh, it didn't go up. Wait a minute. There it is. So, yeah, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew it was so Severian's birthday so you could wish him a happy birthday. Trying to think how long we've been friends. It's been a long time. It's probably been 20 years. Just pretty cool. Pretty cool. Can't remember. Wow, that's crazy. But anyway, so we are talking about Halloween. We are talking about trick-or-treating. We are talking about Halloween decorations. And now I want to talk about the audacity that is going around. And some of you already have heard me bitch about this, but my flavors are still gasted. So I figured I would bring it up on my show because I try not to throw people under the bus or complain about anything, really. I try to keep this lighthearted, and not be like, this company sucks. But I'm really pissed at this company right now. So this past Saturday, as I mentioned, I went to it's called Strange Journey, and it's a documentary about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you have known me for any length of time, you know I am obsessed with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I have been since my older brother brought a bootlegged VHS tape of it to my 6th grade slumber party and did all of the audience participation for me and my friends in the living room of my parents' house. So it's been almost 40 years that I've been obsessed with this movie. So, Mortimer's getting in trouble getting comments removed. So my older brother and I have seen it in the theater a gazillion times. We go now monthly to the place where I saw Strange Journey. It's a local, tiny little theater in Delaware with a live cast. Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. So before we found this tiny little theater, the AMC, yeah, I'm going to say who it was, the AMC Theater in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, has been playing it off and on. The first time that I went it came up in my Facebook memories 8 years ago. I brought my children, and I was the only person in the theater doing the audience participation. I did the entire thing myself. Got a nice big round of applause afterwards from the people that were in the theater. So starts my journey of seeing it in this theater. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is the 50th birthday of the Rocky Horror Picture Show is this year. So AMC was advertising the 50th anniversary popcorn bucket, the 50th anniversary cups. Like I said, I've gone to this AMC at least 4 or 5 times because they didn't play it every year. In the last year, done the audience participation. My brother went with me most of those years. We do it together. One of our favorite stories is how we went to the theater to do Rocky Horror Picture Show. And in front of us was this cute little elderly couple. And we're like, oh God, we're going to be screaming about dildos and anal sex and like this elderly couple's in front of us. So we get to the end of the movie and we go to leave. And the woman goes, thank you both for a wonderful time. They were so happy. So we tell that story all the time because we didn't think they'd make it through the whole movie, and they just absolutely loved it. So we get there this year, go to this snack thing. Oh no, they don't have popcorn buckets. They don't have the cups, even though they were advertising that they did. It's only one showing, mind you. So it's not like it got sold out at another showing. They just lies. So then we get in there. We get to the end of the time warp. I can see the usher in our aisle. I'm like, mm-hmm. Comes over, tells us we need to stay in our seat, and he knows that there's, like some things you say at the screen, but we need to keep it down because they were getting lots of complaints. No, no, this wasn't freaking Schindler's List. This wasn't Stop It. This is the fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show, which, since the first person in April 1976 screamed, "Buy an umbrella, you cheap bitch," at the screen, has had audience participation. And so my brother emailed the manager and got the response, "Rocky Horror Picture Show is just like any other movie that we show." No, wrong, because it would not have a 50th anniversary if there wasn't something unique and special about it. No one is going to go buy your overpriced nachos and your flat soda to watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show with no audience participation for 50 years. I call bullshit the audacity of them to tell us to psh, and then to mm-mm, mm-mm, after you don't have the 50th anniversary stuff that you advertise. Bullshit. And I'm just calling them out on it because it's bullshit. So, okay, let's see. I love it, Lizzie. It's not throwing them under the bus if they actively step in front of it. Yes. Love it. Let's see. And some old people are wild, and I love it. They loved it. They were like so excited. A lovely party. They were Transylvanians. Yes. Yep. Oh, you don't know that line? That's when Janet's walking with the newspaper over her head through the rain. "Buy an umbrella, you cheap bitch." Sing, bitch. So yeah. So I'm still annoyed. It's been days. I need to probably get over it, but I'm not. Because 50 years. 50 years this movie has been shown. And guess who would not have driven an hour to a theater in New Jersey to see it had she known that she would have to sit down and shut up? Yeah, that would be me. That would be me. So, okay. That was my public service announcement. It was Saturday night, 10:30 showing. It was, what was it, the 4th? Yeah. October 4th, 10:30. The only available showing. And you know what? If you're not going to have audience participation, you should put that on the website. Just saying. And if you don't know enough about the movie to know that it's going to be doing that, then maybe you should watch it at home. Watch it at home. Okay. So who in the audience here is a Rocky Horror Picture Show fan? Who is a regular Frankie fan in my comment section? Yes, Mortimer is going to show up as Frankenfurter covered in mustard in protest. Yes. Yeah, and Lizzie says single showing of a 50-year-old movie. Yeah, totally standard. Sure. Exactly. And I know you're a fan. Yes. You're a hot dog. Anyway, I just had to get that off of my chesticles because it's my show. And I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And one of these weeks, I'm going to remember to get the lunchbox down from the shelf over there. Oh my gosh, you have never been. Oh, there have been so many times in the last few years that we've been friends that I wish we lived on the same coast, but I really, really wish we did so I could show this to you, my friends. It is an experience. And that's what I wish that they understood. It's like church for me. It's where I go to get rejuvenated, to feel like I belong, to sing songs with everyone else in the congregation, and to take part in the rituals and the traditions. And the local place where we go, they have the live shadow cast, which for those of you who aren't familiar, they show the movie on the screen, and then in front of the screen are live actors acting out what's going on the screen. And where we go, I love it because It switches every month who's playing which character. Doesn't matter the gender of the person playing it. Like anybody can play any character. Everybody is welcome. Everybody, can just go and let your freak flag fly. It's amazing. My favorite cast member is AJ. AJ is an older black lab. He's adorable. He sits at the table for the dinner scene when they're all sitting around the table and, like talking about what happened to Eddie, who's played by Meatloaf. And AJ is just the sweetest dog. He just sits there. And then in the the scene that Mortimer was referencing, where the lyrics are, "You're a hot dog, but you better not try to hurt her." Frankfurter. AJ comes out in a hot dog costume. It's just the sweetest thing. I can't stand it. And he gets all the pets afterwards. Love, love, love him. Best shadow cast member I've ever seen, and I've seen some really good ones. Um, Lizzie says never seen it in the theater, but easily watched it thousands of times at home. My sister and I wore out 2 VHS copies, watching it daily. 100% yes. Absolute. Oh my gosh, Mortimer, you are so smuck and fart. Yes, we should do a private screening on StreamYard, which I have a paid membership to. So we 100%. Oh yeah, how can we do this? We've got to figure this out how I can do it and not get in trouble for copyright. Oh, I want to do it. That's so awesome. Puppy dog. Can I pet that dog? He's so sweet. He's just the sweetest. But yeah, that is my public service announcement. I cannot wait to hear what Severian finds out as he's calling the Cherry Hill AMC now. Fantastic. Yeah, it's the same thing with Zoom, Lucy. I just don't know copyright wise if I might get binged, but we can try it. Oh, that's smart too. I can do it, just don't post it. It's going to have to be a secret Scooby showing. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because what I could actually do rather than trying to show it, because like I've found that when you play videos through these programs, they get like all kinds of wonky. But if I set it up so it was on my TV, and then I just had, because I use a webcam, I could do that. You got the old brain going. We're going to have to think about this. Yes, we're 100% going to do a sing along. Obviously, that would be amazing. Oh, and Mortimer, I was thinking of you too when I saw the documentary, because they were talking about when they first brought Rocky Horror over from England and were doing it in New York, and they showed this view of a street in Manhattan, and Phantom of the Paradise was being advertised on the one building, and I immediately thought of you. So that was fun. And if you are a fan of Rocky Horror, check out Strange Journey. Right now, it's only being shown in very few places, but there has to be streaming at some point where it's going to come out, because it was so fun and interesting. And it's Richard O'Brien, who is the creator, and he plays Riff Raff. His son Linus, I didn't know he had any kids. Like, it was very very cool. Let's see. He's okay. So Severian is our private investigator here. Just called AMC and he said AMC usually gives us a memo if there's going to be audience clapping and stuff like in Wicked. I told him if you need a memo to be told there will be participation at a showing of Rocky Horror, then you have no business managing a movie theater. Amen. Amen. Amen, my friend. Thank you for calling. What did he say? What did he say? I want to know. Hey, Alec. Welcome to the conversation. We are talking about the audacity of a movie theater not allowing audience participation during Rocky Horror Picture Show, especially during the 50th anniversary. So let's see. Oh, you're super. You're amazing. Let's see. If you take money for Rocky Horror Picture Show, you are cleaning up toast. Anything else is fraud. And you know what? They're like I'm used to no props. I'm actually used to no props because they've put the kibosh on that a lot. Where we go monthly, you can buy prop bags, and usually there's no rice anymore. No, 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 no rice because, like they say, if you get the rice and then it gets wet, it looks like cum, and then they got to clean it up. Um, but there's no rice, there's no water guns because if you get that on the screen, it'll mess up the screen. No fire anymore. For there's a light, you use the flashlight on your phone. Um, I forget what else is not allowed. I think toast for the same reason. Like if they don't get it all up, you're gonna get varmints. So I think I meant vermin, but I like varmints too. Yeah. So, oh, it's not my birthday. It's Joseph Arian's birthday. So he's one of my besties. So we're all wishing him a very happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. But yeah, we are cooking up some ideas for the future. I love you guys. You guys make me so happy. Uh, exactly. Lizzie said, you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Hold on one second. All right, that's better. Let's see. He was like, yeah, we didn't get a memo. You shouldn't need a memo. If you see people acting differently in a movie that's 40 plus years old than anything else, a smart person realizes they are in the dark. Yes. And I know. See, that's my birthday present to you today. You got to call out people on their bullshit. Happy birthday. Let's see. Oh, okay. I can't. Okay. I'm going to pick this one and I'll tell you why. So typically, when asked this question, I would pick Rose Tints My World because I absolutely love that song and I'm a regular Frankie fan. But the other day, when I was at the documentary, they were talking about people that picked I'm Coming Home for their funerals. And I really thought about that, and I really do think I want that included in the songs played at my funeral, which include things like "See You on the Other Side" by Ozzy. Um, I think "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead" might be played, but I definitely want "I'm Coming Home" from Rocky Horror Picture Show played at my funeral because when Frank sings it, he really thinks he's going home, but he went to forever home. So once in a while is great because that's like the secret scoop. That's like the hidden track. Not everybody knows once in a while. You have to know about once in a while to know once in a while. That's even rarer than superheroes. So I will give you kudos for that. Thank you, Alec. I am doing well. I hope you are too. I'm really glad you hopped on here. And I hope things are good with you because it is Wednesday, and it is a good time to just get together and hang out. Let's see. Lizzie says all her favorites, but the one that hits my soul is the extended superheroes. It's so funny because when they play, because they do play superheroes where we go to see it, and it's always, we are always like, and Janet in a production of Cats, and it's like meow 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 meow. Shuffle, shuffle, fall. Like, and so that's how I sing it. I do know the actual words, but I sing it like a cat because that's what we do. Let's see. Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead 2079. And Lizzie says, oh my God, at the Hippodrome when they were showing Toxic Avenger, right after Toxie appears, Morty as Toxie. Chased our friend Seth across the stage and everybody went bananas for it. I'm sad I missed it. See? Live shadowcast is the way to go. That is awesome. And I'm still like so happy that you got to be Toxie. Like it's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Now I got superheroes stuck in my head. Let's see here. Are you singing from Cat's memory? I'm not going to do that to y'all. I love you, so I'm not going to try to sing that. Although it's funny, I may have told this story before. I absolutely love Memory from Cats, and we sang it, I believe, in like sixth grade chorus, sixth or seventh grade chorus. And I was always an alto because I can do the harmony, and not everybody in my class could. So then they'd make me an alto with a couple of my friends. And so I remembered the harmony for it. And my college roommate and I used to listen to an Andrew Lloyd Webber mix collection. Memory was on that. And I was in my room just blasting it and singing the harmony at the top of my lungs. And I turned around and my roommate's mom had come in and I didn't hear her. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to go hide now. Like, I'm really embarrassed, but whatever. I was having fun. Yes. So Severian must not have seen Mortimer's posts. He got to play Toxie with Lloyd Kaufman for, I believe, 5 days in different places in Texas. So super duper cool. I'm sure super duper hot in Texas in that outfit, but awesome. And crawling on the planet's face. What'd you have for dinner? Some insects. Then what did you do? Called the human race. Your phone bill must be crazy. Let's see. Yep. So Mortimer was Toxie for 5 days for the Troma, Texas tour for Lloyd, which is super cool. Super duper cool. Yeah. And if you haven't seen, it's just called Mr. Melvin, right? When they stitched the two movies together. We saw it at Tromathon. I liked it a lot. But it was very cool. Support Troma movies too. That's the thing. Like, Rocky Horror Picture Show was made on a very small budget, and nobody expected it to do what it did. And that's the way, like, so many independent films are made with creativity and love, and you never know what's going to take off. And even if it doesn't, it was made with creativity and love and will find its home with the people who appreciate it and will love it. So that is awesome. All right, I had some other things in mind to talk about. But as the day goes on, my brain goes kind of soft. So I had, let me see. I may have posted this. I don't remember. But if I didn't, I have a little game for us all. It's called, What is your Halloween costume? Your Halloween costume is sexy, plus the last thing you Google searched. So this person says, this year I'll be going as sexy bus schedule. So I'm going to see what the last thing I Googled was so I can see what my Halloween costume is going to be. And it's going to be... No, I don't know. Wait a minute. See, it's harder on let me try on my computer because on my phone, I can't figure that out. Okay. So let's see. Mine is Sexy Hit Songs 1983 to 1987. That could be a very, very busy Halloween costume. So your costume is the word sexy plus the last thing that you searched on Google. When I posted it the other day, it was sexy crockpot chicken pot pie recipe. So let's see. Mortimer's is sexy wizard. I'm a hairy wizard. Mortimer also says Lloyd is a legendary director and creator, but it doesn't come close to him as a person. He is outstanding. I agree. I've had the privilege of talking with him, meeting him at least 3 times so far, and he's always super gracious, so sweet, just a very nice person. So I 100% back up that statement. That has been my experience with him as well. So what is your Halloween costumes, guys? It is sexy plus the last thing that you searched on Google. And I'm saying it's the last thing you searched on Google, not Pornhub. So don't be shy. You can tell me. I mean, you can tell me that one too if you want. Sexy Hermaeus Mora. It's a tentacle void god thing in Skyrim. Okay, I was going to ask what it was, so I'm really glad that you told me. That's funny. Not that I know what Skyrim is or a tentacle void god, but now I might have to Google that and then we can have matching costumes. That's so funny. I'm trying to think some of the other ones I saw when I saw the original post. Because some of them were like really sad, like people searching like medical symptoms. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay. Like that was your last Google search. That's terrible. Um, but yeah, hopefully everybody's okay and things that you're Googling aren't anything terribly serious. Oh my goodness. Tanya's going to be a sexy, itchy armpit. I'm just picturing that costume. That would be fantastic. Have you guys ever had like a trick or treater or like been, around a little kid that is something just hysterical? Because little kids can be funny. Um, when they come up with things like my one friend's kid when he was a toddler wanted to be a traffic cone and like she made him the costume and like it was like why he liked traffic cones, he thought they were cool. So I love when kids use their creativity and do something completely off the wall like that. I think it's hysterical. Okay, Skyline and Skyrim, are they both video games? I've never been a gamer, so I'm out of that loop. I always say it's because when I grew up, we had an Atari and it had two controllers, and I have two brothers, so I never really got a chance to play it. Um, but okay, yeah, Skyrim, that is. Okay, cool. That's funny. I'll have to look that up because I know nothing about it. Um, but yeah, like I'm trying to think if there was like my older daughter was Frankenberry a few years ago and made her own costume. Um, but I don't remember asking to be anything off the wall when I was growing up. I know I was Ms. Pac-Man one year. I wanted to be Elvira, and my mom made our costumes. And so she made me an Elvira costume that I swear went up to like here. It was it was crazy. Like that's not Elvira, like with a freaking crew neck, but it was fun. Let's see here. Mortimer says, I hate that unless I wear a mask, any costume I do now has to have a mustache. Yeah, I get that. Can you, I guess depending on what it is, you can't really like tack it down like drag queens do with the eyebrows. You get like the glue stick and lots of powder. That would work. Little drag queen trick. Um Lizzie says I had two sisters and I'm the oldest, so I was player one. Go. That's funny. Luna says it's part of the Elder Scrolls series. I don't know what that is either. I'm sorry. I definitely have to do some homework in video games because I don't really play them. I play Wordle and Strands and Connections. I do all the New York Times ones to like keep the Alzheimer's away. That's what I do. But as far as like gaming, I haven't played probably since I had a Dreamcast, which is, forever ago. But that was always fun. Like I had Cubert and I had I think it was called Dead or Alive. It was a fighting game. And the one chick, because they were Asian, they're beautiful characters. I loved them. But it sounded like she said tiny cock. Like I don't know what she actually said. And there was another one, it sounded like, I have a hairy gina. And again, I don't know what she was actually saying. That's just what it sounded like to me. And I would try to make them say it. And whoever I was playing had a 50-50 chance of beating me because I didn't know what I was doing. So I just hit all the buttons at once and move everything at once. And then it kind of just did what it did. And inevitably I would get the secret move. How'd you do that? Beats shit out of me. I'm just pushing everything at once and seeing what happens. So yeah, I'm not the best person to play video games with because I have no idea what I'm doing. But it's fun. So, all right, I just had a brain fart and I am going to put my website back up here again for just a second to talk about everything I need to know I learned in GoGo. How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. And you can get your copy at learnedingogo.com. It is available on in paperback or ebook. And if you've already gotten your copy, thank you. I very, very much appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed it. So just wanted to remember to do that because I really suck at self-promotion. Yes. Oh my God. It's 50 minutes already. That's crazy. So speaking of books, why don't we play? Where's my picture? It's gone. We're going to play Pick a Page without the picture because it's not in here anymore. I think StreamYard ate it. They changed the, they changed the whole dashboard's completely different and it's corny now and I don't know what they did. So let's play some Pick a Page and we can do both books again. I'm just catching up with comments real quick. Luna says that she has an Xbox and do Assassin's Creed series, Grounded 2 most recently. Okay, my oldest played Assassin's Creed. So I've kind of like seen it walking by, but I don't really know much about it. I know it was very popular. Mortimer says, I think I'll just be a melodramatic villain, train track tying type. Yes, with the, I got you. All right, and Lizzie is picking 299A, and 8 tonight is my book because it's on top. So page 299 is, he told my husband, if I could have 20 girls like Sydnee, I'd be set. I always showed up early, tipped out at the beginning of my shift, didn't do drugs, minded my own business. Not to toot my own horn, but I was a stellar employee. Damn right. So that was our first pick for Pick a Page. So if you guys want to pick another number between 1 and 300 and let me know A or B so we know which book you want me to read out of. Let's see here. So Severian, if you're still out there, pick a number in a book because it's your birthday. They say it's your birthday. He might be on with AMC still. Happy birthday to you. Bum, 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 bum. All right, he might be gone. So somebody else can pick. We have Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go. And book B is The Encyclopedia of Unusual Sex Practices by Brenda Love. Ah, yay. Okay. So Severian picked 42. Okay, so A or B? A is my book, B is the sex book. Well, they both talk about sex, but you picked a number, you didn't pick a book, A or B. So Severian, A or B? Oh, you want both? All right, we can do both since it's your birthday. We'll start with the sex book. Page 42 is... This book is like, the print's kind of small for my old ass eyes. All right, lacing. Lacing, when used in bondage, is similar to impalement. It involves piercing the skin with a needle, tying a string around the needle, and then attaching it to an immobile object. Macrame designs are sometimes woven between needles. It's less dramatic than using a hammer to pierce the skin, but safer and more versatile. Caution. Lacing is a blood sport and is considered unsafe sex by those who practice it. Sterilization techniques are followed. Okay. So that's it. I don't think page 42 is the same topic in both books because I guarantee you I did not talk about lacing in here. Although I may have talked about suspension because I did see that at the AVN Awards. So in 40, right, exactly. That's what I was thinking too, Lizzie. Using a hammer, I thought the same thing. Like, what? So Samaritan said, well, did anyone else ever hear of that? That's crazy. Okay, so 42 in my book. The Meaning of Life. I'm just kidding. Okay. It says if the people you surround yourself with aren't pushing you to achieve your dreams and move your life forward, then I dare you. Take a deep breath and take that first step. The first step is typically the scariest one. Once you get past that and are moving forward, you will be unstoppable. Damn right. All right, I saw another number up here. So let's see. Luna picked 189B. Okay. Hopefully there's no hammers or macrame and lacing and cheese and crackers. Let's see. Just making sure I didn't. Pushing you with a hammer. They are the same. Yes. I am using my hammer of support to push you to reach your dreams. So I dare you with my hammer. All right, 189. Oh, I did abs earlier. I couldn't sit like that. That hurt. Okay, let's see. That's 190. 189. Okay, another humper. All right. Altered state orgasms. Isn't this what Sting does? An altered state orgasm is believed to occur when the brain's level of serotonin is excessively high. The effects of an altered state of consciousness or near-death experience have been divided into components, and a person may experience all or a combination of these. So now I think we're into Michael Hutchins territory. We've left Sting and have walked into Michael Hutchins. A study of 89 near-death experiences was conducted by Bruce Grayson. Yeah, okay. That computed the percentages of each of these components. A cognitive component, including time distortion, thought acceleration, life review, and sudden understanding. There's a whole lot of percentages. Can we wrap this up here, Mr. Grayson? Let's see. Near-death events in which death might have been anticipated were associated rarely with cognitive experiences, but frequently with transcendental and affective ones. Oh. Okay, so just to do a little summary here, because there's an awful lot of big words that aren't very sexy. So just a little wrap it up here. It says, Timothy Leary, in a Playboy interview, claimed that in a carefully prepared, loving LSD session, a woman can have several hundred orgasms. Then wouldn't you like sleep for several hundred? Okay, let's see. In order to create the same trance-like state, there are often, but not always, 2 stages of preparation required. Preparing the mind by deprivations of water, food, sleep, sex, or a complete inhibition of senses. And what's the second one? A similar method is used by various military officials in their torture of captives. I mean, you really have to be like committed. This is like a whole lot of work. I'm sorry. This is way too much work for me. Yeah. I thought when it said altered state, I really thought it was going to be like transcendental, like, staying his wife used to do, kind of like, but this is like depriving all of your senses for a certain amount of time and then, that's a little too much. Let's see here. Yeah, David Carradine too, because that's what when it said about near-death experiences, I was thinking the choke me, which can go wrong, like David Carradine and Michael Hutchins. But it sounds to me like, yes, exactly. The idea is to make your body think you're dying, so your brain releases its death stockpile of DMT. Yeah, that's a little too cuckoo. Mortimer says if I had 100, I would wind up with a permanent stutter and gaunt face. And Lizzie says, seems like after 50 or so, the oomph would kind of wear off. Let's make it stop. I'm a die territory. Yes. Yeah. That's too much of a good thing. Yeah, Luna, like that's what I thought. Like the tantric stuff that Sting was doing was where I thought this was going, and then it took a hard left and got to. I mean, there was seriously like 3 paragraphs I skipped are like talking about and this percentage of this deprivation and da, da, da. I'm like, no, come on, Brenda. Brenda Love's book is very interesting, but sometimes it gets a little too deep into the science that's not sexy. So, anyway, that is our hour for this evening. I am so happy that you all joined me for the audacity that has been my last week. But this was so fun, and I love all of you guys. I love that you hop on here with me, make my Wednesday night so fun, and I look forward to this. And you guys have definitely been positivity I've needed lately because it's been a rough few weeks for me. And um, that being said, if you're watching this and you haven't been participating, you're just kind of being a voyeur. That's fine too. If you happen to catch this and you've sent me a friend request, you've sent me a message, you haven't heard back from me, it's not personal. I am just dealing with some stuff. So I haven't been really in the mindset to, be chitty chatty. So it's not personal. But I love you guys and thank you for joining me on this awesome evening. And once again, happy birthday to So Severian. Glad that you could join us too. I can get off if the seven-eyed Mr. Rogers is watching. Beautiful day in your neighborhood. Let's say here. And so Severian says, is that Mr. Rogers a reference to the biblical goat with all the eyes and the hallucinations in the movie Altered States? You guys, that's hysterical. Yeah, Lucy says it's all over my head, girl. Sometimes we hit things like, that aren't my thing, but I don't yuck anybody's yum. As long as everyone's consenting, age appropriate, species appropriate, then knock yourself out. It's all good. But some of the stuff gets like just too much into I don't even know the right word for it. But it's, like I like learning new things that aren't so like chemistry class, I guess. So anyway, all right, I am going to wrap this up for this evening, but thank you again for hopping on with me. If you haven't gotten a copy of my book, you can at learnedingogo.com and definitely check out past episodes of the podcast. You can do that on my link tree, which is in my bio of all of my social media. It's just linktree/Sydnee A. And please join me again next week. We always have so much fun. I love you guys. And remember, when you're going through tough times, you got to take it head on, because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from your problems, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love ya.